What's up, guys? DJ Funk Nasty back here again. Oh, my dog Penny would like to say hi. There she is. She gets a little jealous when I do too many of these videos. She's not getting attention. Anyway, this is part 3 of the interview session between myself and DJ Emotion. Hopefully, we are going to be presenting each other with some questions and answers. And basically, it leads off with either myself or DJ Emotion with questions, and then it ends with the other person responding, and so on and so forth. That way, it'll give you guys a good idea or a good, good amount of information from two different people, two different perspectives. Two different scenarios. Of course, DJ Motion works on a cruise ship, and I'm primarily an independent contractor. I do anything from bars, clubs, even some weddings. So, the questions answers will be quite a bit varied, which is good because it'll give you guys some insight to the different areas of the different realms of DJing. I'm going to present my first couple questions in this session to DJ Emotion. I already responded to his last 3 questions in part 2, and now this is part 3, and I'm going to ask Rob some more questions. Rob, a lot of people will say, hey, it's pretty impressive that you DJ on a cruise ship, and I must admit, that is pretty impressive. A lot of cats would love to get a job like that. What would you recommend to the budding DJ, the up-and-coming guy? Maybe he's just started out, maybe he's been doing it for a year or less. What would you recommend to him as far as networking when he starts out, to eventually, get into a position such as yourself where, he's, basically, having the time of his life, DJing full time, not having to worry about like a 9-to-5 kind of daily grind deal, and basically, living the kind of life he wants, doing what he enjoys most, which would be DJing. What would you recommend, I guess, as far as networking is concerned, and self-promotion and whatnot, to get a up-and-coming or budding DJ to that level? I mean, obviously, you're going to need a good amount of experience. So I'm sure it's not something that you can just hop into. I know I think you said you were doing this for 17 years. I've been doing it for I think 10 or 11 myself. So obviously, a lot of this stuff is not going to come overnight, but I guess basically some tips on how to self-promote, network, that may get the budding DJ where he would like to be in, say, 4 or 5 years. Okay, and that would be my first question. My second question is all of us DJs, like I mentioned in a previous video, all of us DJs end up having to play songs that we don't like. And I know that you'd mentioned breaking new music was always kind of a pain. And I agree, it is kind of a pain to do that. But being as it may that we have to play songs that we don't always necessarily like, do you find that when you play a song you don't necessarily like, do you find that the person, like say it was a request, do you find that the person that requests it actually dances to it? Because I don't know about you, but I've had people request songs many times, beg me, and I finally played it, and they're nowhere to be found. They're either not in the bar or they are not dancing. And the worst thing that they can tell me is, oh, well, we're going to leave soon, so you've got to play the song. Sometimes they'll threaten to go to the manager. You weren't rude to them or anything, but they just threaten to go to the manager either because they're drunk and they have a bad attitude or because they're just shitty people, one way or the other. I know that obviously being in a cruise ship, these people are paying, pretty good money to do it, and you're probably limited I'm sure, is to, you can't probably say some of the things or do some of the things that you might be able to get away with in a bar. How would you handle people like that, I guess? If you can't really answer that question, it's no problem. Like I said, I understand. Me being in a bar situation, it's much different. I can just, either get rid of them myself or get the bouncer to basically toss them out on their ass. But what do you do? What do you do when the people are unappreciative? They come up to you with a request, you do it, and they're nowhere to be found. Basically that. And my third and final question for this session is, how did you get your DJ name? E-motion, I don't know if it's E-motion or if it's emotion like emotions, but let me know. Be curious to know. Hopefully you got a kick out of mine. I might have been drunk when I thought of it, but I just heard that song by Groove Armada, and I just said, that's freaking hilarious. Let's do it. But when I'm doing weddings and stuff on my business cards, for that kind of gig, it does have just my regular name because, quite obviously, it's not exactly a real professional sounding name. It's great. It works for the clubs, and I've had it for years, but if I'm doing a wedding or I'm promoting myself for certain independent gigs, yeah, I'm not gonna give them that name. So, but anyway, yeah, how'd you get your name? Just let us know. And that's it. That's all I've got for you. Okay, folks, and like I said, to our viewers out there, we're going to be doing the same basic kind of format back and forth. And we'll have little contests in between, okay? We just have to collaborate and find out what we're going to give for those. Okay, thank you.